everyone. 1%, only 1% of the original field remains in the World Series of Poker Main Event. 93 players still in contention for the ultimate title and the $10 million first prize. 93 players. But aren't we forgetting someone? Yes, one player, Leo Margets, continuing to play her very best poker, the synthesis of 16 years on the professional circuit. The final table feels both close and very far away. For now, the goal is to hold on and secure a seat in day 7. But with 70 big blinds, one of the largest stacks at her table, the Spaniard can aim for more than mere survival. Come on, Leo, let's keep going.
Like 16, right? You 16?
I'm the big blind.
Yeah, I'm 15-7. And that's what they put. I didn't count.
I'm the big blind.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were getting me 500K checks.
Right.
Big blind.
120, yes. 120.
All right, let's keep going. I want to keep feeling really proud of how I'm playing. It's incredible how zoned in I feel. I'm where I want to be. And I'm being the Leo I'd want to be in this spot. It's really nice to be able to feel this way. A competent player opens from early position.
240.
It's so hot. It's annoying because sometimes playing when it's hot isn't the best for concentration, but again, it is what it is. So I'm not going to waste time on that. Let's see. He's got about 30 big blinds and I...
3.5.
All right, 5-4 offsuit. It's not an amazing hand, but it has potential. Some flops could turn out favorable, so we're going to play it.
There's no dedicated commentators, right? But there's a dedicated stream.
It's good, no?
Can you take your cards and put in the box for them first? Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Pretty bad flop, but so is it for my opponent. I expect him to check pretty often. Quite a lot, actually. If he bets, I'll have to fold, but alright, he checks. This turn gives me a small pair. Now my hand improves quite a bit, but my opponent still has strong hands that wanted to check to avoid getting raised on a flop where the big blind has a big range advantage, so I can be sure I'm ahead. He obviously also checks some ace highs. Yeah, he still has strong hands. Well, this second check is good news for me. Alright, now I have quite a bit of information, and I think I have the best hand. I'm going to try to make a small value bet so that an ace high is tempted to call.
Bet of 150.
I think my opponent might figure that I'm going to take advantage of this river to overbluff. And in theory, all his ace highs, maybe even king highs, could call my bet. It all depends on how many bluffs he thinks I have. But, well, he's seen me capable of having some in almost every spot, so I have to give it a try. Especially because if I check, I expect a lot of checkbacks from hands that could call this bet, and that I'm beating. Come on, call.
5.
And it's good, right? Nice. Perfect. The plan worked out perfectly.
Oh, thank you.
These are like press.
Is a promo also? If you win the main, you get an extra for GG or no?
No.
Ah.
Maybe, yes.
I think
Really?
Qualifier, 1 million more? Yeah.
I
you
will
don't
not
have to
take
wear
it.
the pad.
I will not take it from HRA.
I think so. I won't.
Really? I'm not
Maybe
sure
not.
I have it. I don't know. Still,
Open from middle position.
240.
I have king queen on the cutoff. A perfect hand to 3-bet as a bluff. We're both pretty deep.
You said 6? Sorry, 1. The blacks one are 500,000.
I want to make sure I counted his stack correctly.
75 million.
Thank you.
7.5.
Yeah, I'm blocking a lot of strong hands. This is a combo I love to 3-bet fold.
Re-raise. 710,000. $710,000 is the current bet. You got it.
I think he's often going to fold. Huge ACM pressure against a player who has him covered. It's going to be tough for him to play this hand. He knows he's going to face a lot of pressure. Good, he folds. I'll take it.
That might be your good luck charm. You have not lost a pot
Vamos.
since I got here, yeah.
Then let's deep run together. Oof, it's too hot here.
we just like sleep.
Raise. 200.
A stretch without playing any hands. It's okay to fold a few of them. I've been playing pretty aggressively throughout the tournament, but I think if there's one tournament in the world where aggression is most profitable, it's definitely the World Series of Poker Main Event. And even more so on day 6 of the World Series of Poker Main Event.
Raise. makes 250,000.
And alright, King Jack. If I want to play this hand, I'd rather 3-bet. Also, it's against the same opponent as earlier. It's unlikely he'll think I'm going to 3-bet him as a bluff twice in a row. I have a good image. He hasn't seen what hands I've been playing since we don't have access to phones at the table, so he's more likely to put me on a strong hand.
Re-raise. 750,000.
I have a good image and I expect more folds than usual. Oof, this is not looking good. The cutoff has been playing very passively so far and it looks like he's going to 4-bet.
Re-raise.
Yeah.
1,800,000.
Now I can kiss the pot goodbye. I'm absolutely certain my opponent has a really strong hand. Nah. I don't know whether to put on a bit of an act, but yeah, here. It's 100% a fold. Alright, I'm not going to win every pot, and I'm glad I gave it a try. The heat is real.
So, can I count on you friends to take a minute? Can I leave right now? Come back.
Alright, break time. Let's see if I can switch off. I can hear Pua.
Mi abanico de la suerte, hostia. Nada, he bajado a 7, pero... bueno, es que le tribeteo RJ off y me ha... Y casi, qué bien, porque me ha dicho que tenías... O sea, me dice, menos mal que no tenías una mano porque te... Que eso es buen timing también, que te pillen tribeteando con el bottom range, tío. O sea, de verdad, es la polla. No, o sea...
Estás tranquila.
Estoy súper...
Todo bien, va todo casual.
Estoy como si estuviera jugando con vosotros a ganaros. Te lo juro, es en plan...
de peralada.
Sí, pero con ganas de ganar. O sea, no estoy haciendo la mona, ¿sabes? Pero... Voy a hacer... Oye, ¿salís a fumar un please?
It's really cool that Pua and Moket are here.
Va, ¿eh?
Sí, tío, no estoy a gustito. O sea, es que...
Se te ve suelta y...
Sí, no estoy nada tensa.
Ya.
O sea...
Es lo más importante, dominar.
Que me lo estoy pasando súper bien.
Manuel.
¡Ey!
¿Qué tal?
¿Aquí?
¡Ay, qué guay!
Sí, pasándomelo muy bien.
Vamos a
fumar un momento. O sea, la verdad que es no... Joder, o sea, es como que dices, tío, ya que estás aquí, con lo difícil que es, pásatelo bien. Sí.
Acabo de llegar a España. Gracias.
Nada,
Grande.
que vaya muy bien, gracias, tío.
Habías estado en este spot también, ¿eh?
Sí, pero dices,
Yeah, Leo, studying the tournament. How are we doing?
I'm having so much fun.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm enjoying so much.
Tournament of
Yeah.
the life.
I mean, since we are here, no, we're here to play our best and have fun.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely. That's what we live for.
exactly.
Have fun. It's our game. That's why we play the game.
Yeah, I'll do my 100 and whatever my 100 takes me.
Yeah. How are you doing?
Like 7 million, I lost a bit now, but I'm...
And the blinds are?
It's gonna be 150.
Muy tranquila.
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 Have a good break.
Thank you, Rom. Va.
Another
Ojalá te pueda mandar good news.
Sí,
Y a ti a todas las cámaras ahí.
Nos vemos mañana, ¿vale?
Vale.
Venga, venga.
Va.
¿Cómo estás?
Lío. ¿Estás bien?
Sí, estoy contenta.
Cualquier cosa que necesites me dices, ¿vale?
Ay, no.
Yo te traigo lo que necesites.
No, tengo que conseguir vitamina C para la cara. Serum, se me ha acabado.
Ah, ¿en serio? Venga, va, yo te pido.
Va. Se me ha
No,
acabado.
pero no puedo pedir, voy al CVS. Porque
me-
me pido que llega
No, claro.
cuando
Yo tampoco no he mirado que
toca
llegaba de aquí
el
4 días.
17,
Y digo,
claro,
no, hombre, no, tío, yo quiero vitamina C para antes.
Vale.
Pero en un CBS puedo.
Sí, yo te la pillo.
Va.
Yo te la pillo.
Wow, what amazing energy it gives me having my friends around and feeling their support. It's such a gift to feel their excitement for what I'm experiencing.
And then it's super hot.
It's
up here.
incredible.
Yeah. Not crazy. I'm just like a little.
It makes me
congested.
really happy. It motivates me even more.
Not now, because I'm on Dayquil.
And well, we're clearly going to be playing another level at the feature table. They've decided not to rotate us.
The one person who wins the event.
Person who wins.
Top two, really?
Sí.
They moved Juanqui to this table, a Spanish player I've played against several times. And it looks like it falls around to me. With this hand, I can really do anything, but I've got 50 big blinds. The big blind has me covered, and I think limping is a good option. There's so much ICM at play. And if I open and get re-raised, it's annoying. I don't want to play a huge pot out of position without being able to realize my equity, so yeah, I'm going to limp.
Shipley has 200.
Crazy, right? How many you got? 10, 12, 14?
The big blind
A
checks.
little under 18, I think.
18. That's 120 blinds?
I didn't count, but it's enough for me.
I've got an obvious check call on this flop.
Check. Check. Somebody's putting in four. Review.
I don't see any reason to start betting.
Check.
If my opponent bets, with my ace high, I can call one street and reevaluate. Let's see what he does. Ideally, I'd take it to showdown, but he bets 40% of the pot. I can't fold just yet. A sizing I wasn't expecting, but I have to call. Interesting river. I've got two options. Check call or value bet my hand on the river to avoid getting bluffed in a tricky spot and maybe get hero called by king high. I don't know if I'm being too optimistic. If I bet, he's never going to raise. That's the good thing. If I do get raised, I'll have an easy fold.
That is 200,000.
I'm not sure if I should have let my opponent bet his missed draws. It's just that with this run out, a lot of them would have probably hesitated. Anyway, on to the next one.
My time, good luck the rest of the night.
Thank you.
I'm not going to the next page up today.
Pocket 7s in the hijack after a player opened to my right. My hand plays very well as a call.
Hello.
Sometimes I could 3-bet to make sure I play heads up more often, but it doesn't change much. In case of a squeeze, well, let's rule out the squeeze, but in case of a squeeze, I think I could call. It depends on the sizing. Let's see.
Crack all my big hands today. Hopefully I have about enough hand to win.
It's a very good flop. Let's see what the player to my right does, but really, I'm expecting a check often. Oh, never mind, he bets. I've got an easy call. There's no point raising when in position. This 9 is an overcard to my pocket 7s. But if he doesn't bet too big, I have to call another street. That said, it's not looking very good. For one thing, because I was expecting a check right from the flop. He bets about 40%. I can't fold. Not yet. He clearly has a lot more overpairs than I do, but my pocket 7s are still beating some of the hands that could be betting, like diamond flush draws with overcards. Maybe even an ace 5 that's specifically trying to get me to fold my pocket pairs. Ugh, I don't know. It's also, I don't know if I'm overthinking this, but I was sure I was going to call, and now I'm having more and more doubts. The thing is, the question is, if I call this turn, is it just to fold the river? I guess so, I don't know. And given how he's been playing so far, honestly, this line represents a ton of strength. Once again, I'm trusting my instincts.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. You feel my power?
If I think about what's technically optimal, maybe I should have called. But if I adjust to my opponent, I think it's a good fold. Yeah. My hand was already just a bluff catcher on the turn with marginal EV.
Clever guy.
Do you mind putting in 20s so it's easier?
I was about to ask the same.
Thank you.
Nah, that's that. I think it makes sense to overfold the weaker bluff catchers in this spot. I don't want to dwell on it. Alright, ace-jack suited in early position. Looks like everyone's folding. Let's see what the big blind does. He just got to the table, so he's an unknown to me. He defends. It's a flop that makes my decision easy. A range c-bet. Yeah, that's the line I prefer. I went for 1/3. This might be a flop where betting a bit bigger could be beneficial, but with my hand, it's not very important. Plus, I expect him to overfold, and above all, I feel like the players aren't fighting very hard for the pots. Oh man. All in right away. Let's see. I'm obviously going to fold. People are playing very cautiously.
$3 million, no?
They're scared to call with a strong hand. They'd rather go all in when they think they're ahead. Well, very easy decision. There's a great atmosphere on the rail for the main event, but also because we're playing right next to the high roller final table.
Crazy, right? I tell you what I have tomorrow. I have earplugs. I'm gonna put up earplugs. I'm not the situation.
The cutoff opens, ace-6 suited in the small blind. I think I'd rather 3-bet. This is the third time I'm going to 3-bet this player. It's not because I think he's weak, he seems competent. It's just that each time I happen to have the weaker part of my range that I want to 3-bet with. If I think it's plus EV to play my hand by taking the more aggressive line, I'm not going to change my strategy because of what happened earlier. I don't want to let the past influence my current decisions. And if it does influence things somehow, it's actually in my favor because he's not going to think I'm 3-betting him as a bluff 3 times in a row, even though that's the case. Plus, he's a solid player who isn't going to let his emotions get the better of him. And if he thinks he has to fold a hand, he's going to fold it, no matter if he knows this is the third time I put pressure on him. He's not going to take it personally. And he's going to play his range as he should.
She's killing me too.
Eh?
She's killing me too, not just you.
It doesn't look like that I'm killing anyone.
Amazing atmosphere on the rail. It's so nice to get good vibes from my friends.
Very raise those hands on the hands.
But I was talking to my friends. It's lucky that, like before, that I 3-bet you with the least good hand that I want to 3-bet, and he's got a premium. It's lucky that I have the bottom, right, and I don't fucking get stuck. This is like good timing.
Yeah.
Open from the cutoff, who's once again very deep, almost 140 big blinds. With pocket threes on the button, it's an obvious call. And we're heads up. Quick check from my opponent. Here I can either bet or check, but since I have an aggressive image, I'd rather check. Yeah, I feel like I'll realize more of my equity if I keep checking. Let's see another card. Eight of spades. It completes some backdoor flush draws. I also know my opponent is capable of having strong hands that he wanted to slow play, waiting for me to bet. 800. Nah. There was nothing to think about. I've got a lot of better hands to call with.
Thank you.
Wow, it's insanely hot. The feature table lights won't let me play with my hoodie on, which is what I prefer. But luckily someone brought me my fan.
I haven't not been much looking around, but definitely, yeah, like...
I had way easier tables.
My worst table, by far, on day 2, which is very unlikely because on day 2 you are like...
Yeah.
I had 2 on day 4, they were both brutal. He was one of the guys.
You what?
He was one of the guys on my brutal day 4 table. Remember?
Ah,
UTG with a stack pretty similar to mine.
You were also?
A bit bigger, I think.
he made more
Yeah,
impact.
I do remember. You came in like late or something like that. Yeah. It was a brutal table, and then I got aces versus kings, and I still lost. So I was like, bro.
I'm in the small blind, and not only is my hand really good, but it's also a perfect hand to bluff with. Being out of position, I'm going to choose a slightly bigger sizing than if I were in position. Yeah, although I don't really need to make it 4 times. Yeah, 1 million seems perfect to me.
Raised. 1 million.
Actually, it's a slightly smaller sizing than standard, but well, there's also a lot of ICM, and that matters. Against Paul, this is a somewhat exploitative move.
2 players.
I don't think he changes his strategy based on the sizing of my 3-bet. Pretty sexy flop that heavily favors my range. My goal now is to be able to get all the chips in over 2 streets while taking my stack size into account. So I'm going to go for a big sizing even though it's not standard. I think he's going to take a big hit. It's necessary if I want to be able to jam the turn.
1.4.
1,400,000.
Looks like he doesn't really like the sizing. Wow, he folds pocket jacks. Nice. Let's go, let's go.
Hi.
Well,
Welcome to the table.
Sí, la quería enseñar, la quería enseñar.
Que le cueste el stream, al menos que lo busque.
México.
Honestly, I thought you were going to bet. I thought you were going to bet about
Sorry?
300 on the flop. And have to call with jacks with a heart.
Oh,
Honestly, I really like the atmosphere at the table.
I think he's in something.
It makes the day a lot nicer and it's much more enjoyable when you feel like people want to have fun. As well as play poker, obviously, during a pretty important moment in each of our lives. I'm happy because even though I'm not the biggest stack at the table, they aren't putting much pressure on me. Wow, finally a premium after quite a dry spell. Ace-queen suited in middle position. And let's see how it plays out behind me.
Raise to 300,000.
Average stack is 62. So crazy. How insane is that?
It's been like that for a few days now. 67.
No, it was just at like 49 not that long ago. It's climbing.
Once you hit like the pay jump, you buzz and it goes up.
Even the smallest stack, 13 minutes.
If it's updated.
Diego is counting my stack. I don't think he's doing it to fold.
A lot of people, they hit their peak, they're like,
Yeah,
Sí,
updated.
7 point.
they just have to stack, they're like, ah, we'll wait. Friends don't need to know about that.
If he 3-bets me, I'm going to call. My hand is too good to do anything else. Looks like he called. Wow, I hadn't noticed he has a huge stack. 100 big blinds? Alright, heads up. A pretty dry flop. Diego is definitely going to check. Yeah, and on this flop I can bet at a high frequency. My hand is right on the borderline between thin value betting and checking. I'm gonna go for the more aggressive line. No need to bet big. A small bet gets the job done, 1/3.
Going target. That is 275,000.
A check raise would be brutal, but I'd give up if there's aggression. Looks like he's calling. He calls. Time to start narrowing down his range. I think he's calling with small pocket pairs and with his overcards that have a backdoor flush draw. Maybe also a flush draw. A 5. A 5 that Diego decides to donk bet. It's pretty understandable on this texture, but he chooses such a huge sizing that my hand becomes an automatic fold. Well, in a way, he made my decision easier. Yeah, nothing to defend here. Nah, let's give him credit. Diego's got a good rail too. Not getting a lot of hands. Oof, the day is over. What an intense day.
You're a superstar.
Congratulations.
Yeah, you too.
Well played. I hope
Thank
I
you.
don't see you until very near the end.
Holy crap. We're on day 7.
Good luck tomorrow, everyone.
6-4. You know, I'm not superstitious, but every next day I take the pen. Tengo como...
Day 7 of the main event. I'm bagging for day 7 of the main event. Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, true. Sorry.
And what a day. I had an absolute blast. And it went by so fast.
Playing with all you guys.
Yeah, good luck tomorrow. Nice.
What an incredible feeling. A super intense day, but an incredible day. I'm not sure if I'm more exhausted or happy.
Qué pena ese flip, pero vamos,
Bien, coño, o sea...
Seguís los tres, ¿eh?
¿Lau también con cuánto?
Bastante, creo.
Lleva 12 actualizado, sí.
Oye, me voy a pirar para que no...
También me voy ya...
Sí, para descansar. Mañana 12, todo igual, ¿no?
Mañana estamos aquí.
Wow, it's so nice to have Javi and Lucia here.
Bueno, venga, ahí vamos.
Va. Buenas noches. Merci, tío.
Good luck, ladies.
Thank you.
I'm going to sleep out quickly so they don't stop me too much and I can maximize my rest.
Good night.
Yeah, go, leave quickly.
Va, ¿Por dónde se sale? Ah, por aquí. Buenas noches. Chao.
Alright, I can't wait to get home.
Enhorabuena.
Merci, tío.
¿Me dejas que te haga unas preguntitas?
¿Me acompañas para...?
Sí, claro.
¿Hacemos una foto rápido?
Vale. Eso...
Tú sola.
Vale.
Well, Jonas and I have this routine of him interviewing me on the way back.
Va, solo para Caro.
A picture that I can do. Caro wants me to take off my glasses. Alright, the picture and that's it.
Vamos.
I'm not really in the mood for this, honestly.
Sí, ya está, ya Ahora me acompaña, tengo guardaespaldas hasta la salida.
Hasta el parque. ¿Qué tal?
Oye, suerte mañana. Bueno, hablamos.
¿Qué tal, Leo? Cuéntame.
Pues súper contenta.
Toda la jornada. Te iba a decir que felicidades por el Last One Standing, pero seguramente tengas un objetivo muy diferente en la cabeza, ¿no?
Que es que ya sé que no les gustan las entrevistas, pero es que me la pela. O sea, la verdad es que me la pelaba en 2009 y me la pela ahora. Pero bueno, mola porque quiere decir que estoy llegando lejos, pero... O sea, me la pela.
Y luego has tenido como bastantes bailes de stack, te has llegado a poner muy fuerte, te has puesto casi has superado la barrera de los 8 millones muy pronto.
He estado con 9, sí, en un momento.
Has llegado a estar con 9, luego has bajado. ¿Cómo ha sido sobre todo ese último nivel de juego en el que no te hemos podido seguir del todo al haber estado en la...
Nada, ha salido un poco peor las cosas, o sea, he hecho un 3-bet y me han forpeteado por detrás, he hecho alguna cosa, pues ya las ciegas aprietan en una apuesta de continuación y no... Y me han subido, tampoco, o sea, sin más, no, tampoco ha habido ninguna decisión.
No ha habido ningún bote así grande, ninguna decisión complicada.
No.
¿Cuál ha sido para ti la decisión más complicada del día?
Bueno, he foldeado unos trips, pero no estaba en mesa televisada, ha sido muy dura, he pensado mucho, pero bueno, creo que es, obviamente, si me he foldeado, creo que es buen fold.
Bueno, pues Leo.
Estoy rota.
Te dejo en el mismo lugar que ayer, descansa
sí,
y suerte, ¿vale?
Gracias.
Alright, finally a moment to myself. I need it. A little peace and quiet. I can't wait to get some rest.
Yes, it was a long and demanding day, Leo, and even though your stack dipped slightly at the end, the overall trajectory is remarkable. You qualify for Day 7 with 6.4 million chips, over 30 big blinds, and only 57 players remain. The final table of the World Series Main Event is no longer a distant mirage. It's beginning to take shape. Very soon, the tournament will enter an even more intense phase. We'll live it right by your side in the next episode of Inside the Mind of a Pro.